premise.
Before I forget, I wanted to ask you guys something, like an opinion question, completely different, but I'd like to hear each of your takes on it.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel? Let's just say if us four like pulled up to the mall or a movie theater, we got a time to catch, and we're pull up to the movie theater, and we're driving down this row. And it's just like, if we just go 2 more cars, turn right, and then right, we'll be on the other row. But there's people looking for cars. How do you feel about one of us getting out of the vehicle and taking up the spot?
No. Not only that, like I don't want to retell the story, but like in fast forward, as Woody would say, Taylor's dad sent him to get a man who was a boy, kid, teenager out of the spot. The guy was standing, taking a spot. Taylor grabbed the guy, picked him up, got him out of the fucking way, and Taylor's dad rolled into the spot. And I'm not talking about 20 years ago. I'm talking about like 5 years ago.
This was like 5 years ago.
I'm on the other side of this. I think that if we're on this mission and we have the parking lot champion with us, we take advantage of that. Put him in the spot.
I didn't know we had a
dare you to move.
Taylor, we've seen your defense. How's your offense?
Wait. No, I didn't know we had a parking lot champion. That's a phenomenal story.
Going into the movie theater, putting a mouth guard in.
Taylor gets down in a 3-point stance.
Wait, Taylor's not with us now.
O-line.
Would you go stand in the spot?
No. I removed that guy from the spot as a way to restore order to parking.
Oh, you didn't take the spot yourself?
We took it because he was attempting to reserve under false pretenses.
He didn't have a car.
So you
was just standing there.
But you removed him on false pretenses.
I removed him physically because he was not in a car. He was on foot. He was standing in a spot, reserving it for someone. And then I moved him.
This is the best.
I restored order, and I would never use my powers to reserve seats. I'm not about that. Get there early. If you want to reserve seats, let's be respectful to everyone else. It's selfish to just have one person there reserving seats. Seinfeld figured this out 25 years ago. It's I don't care for it. Don't like it.
Wait, so if you got into the theater, I wasn't even talking about that.
Right here.
And I'm going to have a picnic in a parking spot. I'll put a quarter in the meter.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
What I do is I go in and I go, everyone.
Woody brought up something that I felt about it. Was like I was having this debate with my friends, and I was like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go stand in the spot. But if I were driving down the spot and someone used the buddy system to take the spot, I'd be like, huh, and I would keep going.
All right,
I wouldn't say shit. I wouldn't do shit. I sure as hell would go if my dad told me to pick that fucking kid up and move him. I would be like, yes, father. But other than that, like, I'm like, fair play. Like, this is the Wild West out here.
Yeah, it depends on the situation, right? Like I'll say this: if I saw that now, I would just move along because I am a felon, and I can't. and the law is probably going to side with whoever I get into the scuffle with in the parking lot, and it is just a parking spot. However, I can imagine a time when I was younger, and maybe my boys were with me, when we would not have put up with that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like I could totally see an ass.
Are you allowed to do that?
No, like I'll say this: if I did it, I would know that I was doing wrong.
All jokes aside, I am actually on the other side of this, or at least I was. Where I really am is if I saw someone do it, I would just drive by. It's a parking spot. I don't give a fuck.
Yes, exactly.
But having it just on ethically, I don't see why standing in a parking spot is any different than holding the movie theater seat.
You can't do that either.
My friend's getting popcorn. These are the seats for he and I.
Okay, well that's different. The seat right next to me. Like, what do you want to sit next to me, Woody? Like, there's a young lady, and you don't think you sit down next to a young lady, and she's like, "This is actually my boyfriend's chair," and he's like, "Hey, where's he?" like you know that's wrong.
Technically,
like,
you're allowed to sit down,
but in my mind, I know that they're both like ways to reserve things. I don't see why.
Here's how you work. Here's how I work it out when I want to do one of these moral quandaries. I think I put my loved one or myself in like the quasi victim situation. I'm like, oh, okay. So my mother's at the movie theater and she's watching a film with my sister, and
no, wait, go to the parking spot.
A grown ass 50-year-old man comes in because he wants to watch Star Wars alone in the middle of the day.
50.
Almost pushing 50. And
hard.
He flicks the seat thing down next to my mother, the armrest, and plops down next to her and starts starts eating and muting his phone. And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. My daughter's sitting here, and I don't hear so well out of the right side anymore. So I like to lean to the left, when we whisper." And you're like, "Lady,
Silly bitch.
sounds like it was pretty.
I'm your daughter.
Sounds like
Woody's
it's
allowed
pretty
to say
important that the seat get filled by your daughter. Where is she? I think she needs to relieve herself. Ho ho ho! Can't handle her water, eh?
Can't handle her
Just like a
water.
woman.
No, Woody's allowed
Like,
to sit
I
there,
mean-
and if she's like, "That's my daughter's seat," he's allowed to be like, "No, I'm sitting here."
I mean,
To be
that
honest,
is.
I honestly see reserving a seat as a fair and normal thing to do. Like, look,
I
we got
do as
here
well.
first. and
I
I do
think
as well.
I think you
I
could sit in
see
the movie
parking
theater.
spot as a parallel. If you were
No.
standing in that spot, I don't know why
They're not even
I
available.
think
for
we're
foot
muddying the
traffic.
water a little too much because we need to remember the initial thing was someone dropping someone else off at the theater to have them run in and be like, 4 seats, these are ours. That's unacceptable. If Woody, you're going into a theater and you're with Jackie and you go in first because she has to pee, that's not reserving a seat. You're there. It's like, this is where my
No.
wife and I are
Buddy
sitting.
system works. I think
can I help with this? I
I
got
would
it.
do
I
the
got
movie
it.
theater seat. I'm the person
Here's the
amongst
difference.
my friends that would sit in the theater, and I would drape my jacket across 6, and I'd be like,
Oh,
man.
you piece of shit.
"No, no." What do you mean?
You
We're
only
6
need 4.
people. We're
You
6
take
people.
6.
Yeah,
So
but how did
here's
your
your
coat
choice,
cover
pal.
6 feet?
Here's
Then
your
why
choice,
are-
pal. No, let me help you out. Let me do it your way. My 6 friends will sit here. We'll wait for the movie to start, and then one by one, we'll go in the middle of the fucking movie for you and go get snacks. Is that a better experience,
I see what you're
mister?
doing.
Do you
Yeah.
want to do that? Because let's do it that way. Then guys come. No, we have to sit. We have to wait for the movie to start, and then we'll disrupt it for everyone else.
So
But we're
what you're
all
saying
here.
Is
We're all
you
here,
and-
though.
So what you're saying is you and your friends would conspire against the other
Don't say me
patrons.
and my friends
sort
would
of-
conspire. You can't say
Well,
that
no, you'd
about
get
us.
together and you'd
Can't
have
say
this sort of plot, if you will, a plan. And you
for a
start-
second, but,
You'd
the
figure
Jew
out a
thing.
way to manipulate the system where if they didn't do exactly what you wanted to do, then it would be so. Look, you're not
Is
breaking
he doing
any
one
laws,
also right now?
but it's going to be so inconvenient for you to do business in our world, the chosen ones, for these 6 seats, chosen
Harley-
these 6 seats.
Who made the movie?
What
That's true. Jews should get first
I love
choice
that.
at every
You know,
movie where the
failed
Jew
to
directed it.
explain that he
Wakanda
bought the
forever.
ticket. He's opening the exit door for his 5 friends. And that's why they're not there already.
Yeah. I mean, you'd get in first in line
Wait,
everywhere. because-
I was thinking the parking lot thing, because the parking lot is like, now we're dealing with the law, but
Here's
the
what's
movie
different.
theater's more.
We're not. No.
Wild
It's not the
West.
law. So
Okay.
first of all, parking lots are private property. The laws of the road don't pertain to them. You fuck those stop signs. Roll right.
But what
through that
about
shit. That doesn't apply.
what impeding traffic?
tell
is
me what
not
to
a
do?
thing here?
J.C. Penney? What the J.C. Penney can tell me yield or not yield? Fuck you. No. You're not the DMV. So if you rewind me 3 seconds. I'm real stoned.
We were saying we were in the theater reserving 6 seats across.
So
My-
in a theater, we're paying money, right? And a lot, right? Like $20, $25, depending where you are. The parking space is a little bit more like a park bench in some ways. Like I wouldn't sit on a park bench and then give somebody guff if they wanted to sit down next to me and eat their lunch. Like it's a park bench. If I don't like doubling up with somebody, I need to get my ass up.
What if you're lying down on the park bench? We're back in the Wild West.
Then
rules
you're a
now. No one-
fucking bum.
Sure,
you lie-
but you're allowed to lie on the
No,
park
bums
bench?
get animal rules. You shoo them away and you
Hold on.
spritz them
What
with
if
water.
it's Woody? What if it's not a bum? It's Woody. He just hurt his leg and he needs to lie down and rest. And he's lying
You
on
know
the park
how
bench.
expensive Woody's shoes are? I'd spot them right away.